Stephen, we're back with you again. It's been a year.
It's hard to believe.
It's been a funny year.
A bit of a busy year.
Yes. Has it been good for you, or how's things been at Robinson's?
Well, the last time we spoke, Gary, I believe we talked a lot about the close down of the pandemic and how our customers are there for us when we opened again and how strong agriculture had been, and that has continued through. But really what has taken us all by surprise is the strength of the economy in the house building. People are buying houses, they're buying houses like Ballio, and that has really kept us busy. And as you can see behind me here, we're making and selling blocks, hot sticks, and that's what has kept the whole country booming and generated a great economy for everyone here in Ireland this year. So the year has done well. We're looking forward to trepidation now to next year. We're hoping it continues. We want people to keep buying houses, so yeah, that's where we are, yes.
Good, good. That's good to hear. Well, after the last time we were here, me and you had a bit of a chat, and you mentioned you had a new lorry coming through, and we thought it would be nice to maybe follow the process. So, as we can see, it's behind you now. It's on the road, but we've followed the whole build of the truck.
Yep.
What have we got behind us, Stephen?
Well, we have the latest in the Volvo FM. If I recall, GRASSMEN attended the launch of the new FM last October.
That's correct.
My brother and myself, we were there, and we reckoned, well, if we're going to show any faith in our country, our industry at all, we need to be moving forward. So shortly after that, we placed an order with Dennison's for actually 2 of these. This is the first of them now. At that time, the delivery dates from the factory was just 6 months.
Okay.
It's now 14 months.
Yeah.
We all know how that has stretched out.
Yeah.
So we ordered the vehicle last November. It arrived, the chassis arrived in Dennison's just at the beginning of June. Mm-hmm. So we go through a process then of the vehicle has to go for first we fit auto-lube to them as standard. It helps give longevity to all the moving parts like stub axles and that sort of thing. Goes to the bodybuilder and he starts to build the body from there. That process takes a number of weeks. The body is matched particularly to the width of the lorry and width of the chassis.
We caught the chassis cab at Dennison's. The auto-lube was fitted, and then she moved on to C-Tech and Felt, where they build the body from scratch.
They build the body from scratch. We each, I suppose, again, we have our own individual idiosyncrasies, what we want in bodies.
Okay.
I have wee bits and pieces I like done on them. Through the years I've found that it makes it easier for the driver to work with, and they know that spec and standard now.
Yes.
And plus the C-Tech body, built with hardocks on the floor. As you know, many agriculture chillers is done that way now. And that will do the lifetime of the truck.
And I suppose payload in mind with that too. With your hardocks, it's saving weight.
There's no question that. You can fit a 6 mil floor in hardocks, whereas if you're going for mild steel, it would have to be 10 mil. You can save maybe 300-400 kilos in tear weight.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about in your job.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. From C-Tech, she actually went back to another department in Dennison's, their body shop, to have the paintwork done. We caught up with her there too.
After C-Tech then, it goes back to Dennison's, and they have their own body shop now, which is excellent from a truck dealer point of view, that they have their own in-house spray shop. For again, they're familiar with their vehicles, and they can work on better as to when the vehicle's coming, and they can tie up with their PDA. And if there's anything particular that's required on the lorries regards painting, they have the bit of Volvo to go and get information from. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So they've all done an excellent job. It takes time, of course.
She actually was back, I think, to C-Tech for a few trimmings, just like mud flaps, etc. And then PDA, I believe. And then she came, that was your delivery then after that?
We received final delivery of the lorry then in the first week of November.
That's right, yeah. We actually were here too for that as well. We caught her leaving after PDA. So this is a process user really forward planning. This isn't an instantaneous thing where you think, oh, I need a new truck. that you are planning this years in advance?
Absolutely, you can't decide on the spur of the moment. So if you take from last November to now, that's a year. And you really have to, as I say, show faith in your own industry and the economy of Northern Ireland to take a leap forward. And that goes now, I believe, for anybody in business. You take all the men in farming, all the men in agricultural contracting. And I'm sure delivery of new tractors, new trailers are all the same now. Trucks now in particular, your chassis is 14-month delivery for your chassis. So you're really looking at making planning for a year and ahead. And I would assume that agricultural tractors, no matter what it is, whether it be New Holland, John Deere, Fendt, whatever, those men have to be saying, well, I need a new vehicle, new tractor for my job.
Yeah, it's very much so that across the board now, from what I can see.
Yes, I believe it is.
Yeah, you run a lot of Volvos, as we talked about before, and Dennison's is a big driver of that, I believe. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes. Well, as I mentioned in a previous interview we had, technology has a lot to answer for now, the longevity of vehicles. And like anything, whether it be tractors or lorries, anybody can sell you a new machine or a lorry of any description. It's who can keep it on the road and who can fix it for you after you get it going. Brilliant benefit we have with Dennison's here, they're 5 miles down the road from us. So if we have an issue of any shape or form, we can drop in at any time. They look at it more or less immediately we're in, and we have the full support of Dennison's and the might of Volvo technology behind that. So that means an awful lot to us, and that we have that resource locally to us. As time goes on now, manufacturers are getting taught of things like new technology like AdBlue, DPF, which in the early days gave all manufacturers, Volvo included, give them no end of grief, which in turn gave us grief. But that technology now seems to be improving a whole lot, and it's giving us better service now.
I'm just looking at the truck behind. She's pretty high horsepower. She's a 420. Do you think that increases productivity, or is that why so big a horsepower in that truck?
Well, we're looking for productivity, but also our work here is all rural. So we're uphill, downhill, round bends, stop and starting. You know, we're climbing hills all the time, and that is all gear work. And we find not only does it improve our productivity, it causes less driver fatigue. Drivers are fresher when they come out of them in the evenings. There's less work and challenging and trying to make deliveries. And we find that 420 horsepower is optimum for what we do. It runs very nicely at 32 tonne gross. The long distance men there, if they're doing English work and motorway, that will work with 420 in motorways. But it's a different type of an application.
Very much so through the quarry, it's premium brands. Do you feel that keeps the driver happier, or even when you're recruiting for drivers, is that a good point to have?
There's no doubt about it that premium brands will get you a wider selection of drivers, operatives. There's no question of that. And also, our customers at the end of the day, whenever they're paying for our products, they want to see been delivered in a good manner with good vehicles. They want to see that they're getting value for money. We've worked hard in that respect to try and provide our customers service that way. And we can only do that through the premium of trucks and the best of vehicles.
Well, these trucks are an integral part of your business, really.
There's no question of that. And any business, there's 3 aspects to it. I suppose there's the product, there's the service, and there's the price. And one is no use without the other, and one is equally as important as the other. And you guys will see that no more than whenever it comes grass time. The man who can come and do the job and not be saying to you, well, my tractor's broke down or I'm waiting a new tractor. You want the man to come and do the job and basically turn it on whenever he wants it turned on.
That's right.
And the same is for our industry too. Yes, price is important, and the quality of the product is important also, but what's important mainly is the service, getting the product out to the customer. And you can't do it with machinery that's becoming agey. As soon as the push comes on, that'll not work for you. So we work hard at keeping our products up to date and our machines up to date and be able in order to do that.
Well, Stephen, thank you very much. I've really enjoyed following the project.
Thank you.
I hope we can continue to work on other stuff.
Absolutely. Gary, thanks for your time. Good to have you along again.